to string up the marionette. Now sometimes this is the scariest part for a lot of people because they don't understand how to balance the marionette and how to make the strings work to their advantage. So I'm going to show you what works for me, and then you can apply those techniques when you get your marionette kit. Again, it comes with its own string. 36 feet is what we have here. We're going to be stringing the head first. We always start with the head, and then we move from that point on to the shoulders, but we'll do the head first. You'll notice on each one of the characters' ears, there's a hole that's right here, and it goes straight through the ear to the other side. So we're going to put a string through that, and the easiest way to do it is actually use your needle. So you put your string right through the eye, and then you're going to push it right through that hole. And bring it out the other side. And we're going to then tie that with 3 granny knots on top of each other. 3, okay? And then you're going to pull off a length of string that's approximately 12 inches there, so 24 inches. Approximately 24 inches. Okay. So you have this ear. Now we're going to do the other side. Goes right through. One, 2, 3. 3 knots right on top of it. Okay? And now that you have this one measured out for about 2 feet, do the same with the other side, just using the same amount of length. And this is just an approximation. Okay. Now, there's a hole in its nose, and that is there so that when the ball is thrown from its hand, it can land on its nose. So we're going to take the string and put it into that hole. And the way that we make it stay there is we use that crazy glue, or CA glue as they call it, with the zip kicker or the catalyst to make it dry faster. Now, if you stick it straight in like this, right into the hole, and glue it, it could slip out. So we're going to put 2 or 3 knots on that string, so that acts as a anchor once the glue is inside and sets. So we put 2 knots right into each other, right on top of each other, and it's going to slip right in there. Okay. And I want to have it go down deeper, so I'm going to cut off just a little bit of the tail. Good. And we're going to put glue right into the hole. And then we're going to put glue actually onto the string itself. And now we're placing it right into the hole. And the glue that I'm using is the medium, not the thin. It's the medium thickness. So it goes all the way into that hole, and now we hit it with the zip kicker and let it cure. We check it just to see if it's sitting. Yep, it's setting. And then we're going to put a little bit more right on top of it. and we're going to pull off, again, about 2 feet of string. And a little bit more, just a little bit more, of about 6 inches more. Okay. So we got the head strings, the nose string for the balancing the ball on his nose, and then now we're going to do the shoulders. And the way the shoulders are, you can feel there's a screw eye right in the back there. You're going to take your string and push it right through the fabric to the screw eye. Again, needle, feel the screw eye right there. We're going to press it right through. Then once it's through, then we can tie it to the screw eye. And you can see the screw eye is right there. One, two, three granny knots on top. And then when you pull the string, it pulls the actual shirt right down into place. And again, you do about 2 feet again. And now let's do the other screw eye. You feel it right there. And you'll feel it, you'll see the screw eye again, and you're going to tie it again right off to that screw eye that's on the left side. So it's 1, 2, 3. Now pull the string back and pull it to the same length as the other string. Good. Okay, so we have the head and the shoulders and the nose. Those strings are done. And now we're going to take the main controller. When you look at the controller, this is what is called a horizontal airplane controller. It's an American design. European tend to be what they call vertical controllers. These are horizontal. And obviously it's shaped like a airplane, and that's how it got its name, the airplane controller. And on each side of this main bar are where the head strings go. One goes on this side and one goes on the other side. And you'll see there are 2 little tiny holes on this side and 2 tiny holes on this side. That's how you bring the string up, through, and down so that you can tie them off. And we're going to put the first head string on the left side, and now we're going to bring it down through the other hole, and then we can tie it off with just one simple knot. Okay, and now let's do the other side. And before we tie them off, we need to check the height of the marionette to make sure that it's performing at the level that's comfortable for you. And I'll show you where that is. So again, it goes in through one hole, comes up, and then goes down the other hole, and then gets tied off. Okay. Okay. Now, when you perform a marionette, your arm should be at a right angle. It shouldn't be up here. It shouldn't be down low. It should be right at a right angle from coming from your elbow. So that's about this height right here for me, is about this level. So I'm going to tie off just one side. So that that string will not move anymore. And now I'm going to balance the other one. And that's by pulling it up or bringing it down. It's right about there. And I'm going to tie it off. So we have the head strings, and when you move the rocket back and forth, you can see the head moves. So I know that the balance is right. It's correct. And now I'm going to take the shoulder strings and place them through two holes that are right here in the controller, in the center of the controller. One goes on one side and one goes on the other. So it goes through one hole, out the other side, and the other shoulder string goes through the other hole. And if you're having problems getting that string to go through the hole, then take your needle, thread the needle, and then push your needle through that hole. There you go. So I have the two shoulder strings up on the controller, and now I'm going to try to find where the balance is. And what it is it's you take a little bit of weight off of the head strings. So right now they're balanced, and when you take a little bit, the head drops just a little bit. See how it dropped just a little bit? And then that's where you tie your string on your shoulders. Now again, you're only putting one knot in it, so you can adjust it if you have to. And the way you would check it to see is if you pull the shoulders, the head can go left and right. It works. So what I will do is now put another knot on the top of that shoulder string so it holds it secure in place. Okay. Now, the pants keep dropping, because that's part of the act, is the pants drop, and we're going to need to make sure that they stay up. So, what we do is we're going to put a string on each side of the pants so it can go up to the top of the controller, because there's a hook up there that holds the legs, or the pants in place. Let me show you how that works. So we have the string. Going to thread your needle. And you're going to find on your pants there are two weights on the sides. And you're going to take the string, the puppet string, and put it through the weights on each side. And tie it off. Again, I do not know how long it is, so I'm just going to take it again about 2 feet, cut it off. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. There's the weight. So I put it through the weight, through the pants, through the weight, and back through the other side. And then tie it with 3 granny knots. Make it the same length, the string. And cut it. Okay. Now, the pants have to run up into the shirt. They have to stay up in there. So the way that you have them stay in place is you take that string, there's one on that side, and then one on this side. And we're going to find 2 places for it to run through the actual shirt. So you take your needle, there it is, and you're going to run it through your shirt close to where your shoulder strings were. So you have your shoulder strings, and just below it, towards the inside a little bit, is where the actual string's going to go. So you got one, and then we'll do the second one. Goes up, shoulder string just below it, on the inside a little bit, there. And I'm now going to tie those 2 together, and this is creating a ring, and that'll hold the pants up because the 2 strings together will go on a hook on your controller to hold the pants up. Okay, so the pants are up now. Then when you release it, they drop, okay? But to keep them up, you pull this and they go up. There we go. So let's get them to go up. There we go. And I haven't adjusted the strings yet. So let's find that. Okay. was tangled. Okay, I was able to untangle it. What happens is when you're working with this very fine string and you're working against a black surface, it's hard to see it. And as you get older, it's even harder to see it. So I was actually pulling the nose string to the hip on the pant leg. I was completely confused. So I untangled it and restrung it. So now we have the pants that are able to drop when you release the string. Now, we're going to do the next part, which is to apply the string to the hands, and they have to go through the balls first. Now, a juggler is what is considered a traditional variety act for marionettes. And it's typically that you are able to throw the balls up into the air and they land back in the hand. And the way it works is you have a ball that has a hole through it, and you're going to take the string and put it through the hole and tie it off to the hand. So we're going to do that on this. So we take the needle, put it through the ball, and inside the ball, these are all hollow balls that we cast, there is a brass tube, so the string will always slide up and down easily on that brass tube. And now we're going to put it through the string, through the two holes on the hand. So it goes through one hole and it comes back up and does the other hand. And then we tie it off with, again, 3 granny knots. 2, 3. So this is what we have right now. We have the ball with a string going through it, and it's landing right onto the hand. Okay, we're going to take that up again, about 2 feet, and we're going to do the same on the other hand. Thread it through the ball. And now into the hand through one hole, and now back through the other hole up to the top of the hand. Again, 3 knots. So what we have now is we need to control those 2 balls, and the way we do that is with this hand bar. And that's going to come up to the top of the controller. And it goes through the hole, and back down. And we put a simple knot. Now we do the same with this one. Through the hole. Down. And put a knot. Okay, now we do not know the height of those strings yet, because as we lift the marionette up, the hands are too low. So what I'm going to do is bring it right over here to the control, to that. Good. And now I'm going to pull the hand up into position so I can see it. Excellent. And now the other hand. Put the hole through and down. And we want to balance the two so they're about the same height. Okay. Oop. Oop. Start again. And now down through. Tie it off. Okay. Let's bring the pants back up. So they're somewhat balanced. And now we're going to run the string from the nose through the ball. And that is on the right hand. So we take the ball, run it through the string, and this will bring the ball up to the nose. And at the very top of the controller, there's a screw eye. And the string will go right into that screw eye. Oop. There we go. And you want to have enough length of string that it doesn't float the ball. So you want to loosen it and bring it down so there's plenty of string before it goes onto the nose. Okay. Goes to the nose, goes back to the hand. Nose, hand. Great. We're going to move on to the leg next. Okay, so we've got the hands with the balls. We've got the nose going through the ball. Now we have to do the foot. And it's the left foot that goes through the ball up to the controller so he can place it right on his foot. So we're going to first attach the string to the tip of his toe. And you'll see there's a hole that's been drilled through there. You're going to take your needle along with your string and you're going to put it right through that hole. And then you're going to tie it very tight so that the string is coming off at the top of the foot, the peak there. Good. And we're going to put enough length of string that'll go easily up to the top of the controller. So that's about 4 feet. This is the longest string in your show because it goes from the bottom of, or the tip of his toe, all the way up to the top of the controller. So we're going to take that string, and now we have to put it through the actual ball that he juggles on his left hand. So it goes right through there. Excellent. And then that string is going to go to the top of the controller where there's a screw eye right over here on the left-hand side. Okay. Again, we don't know the length yet. We're just going to put a single knot. Good. Okay. So now let's lift him up. And you're going to pull that string so it's tight, going through the ball to his foot. And you'll see that it's starting to lift his foot up when you get there. See, it's lifting his foot. We're going to back it off just a little bit. Good. And then you tie it off at that point. Whoop. And you put, again, 3 knots. We'll cut off the excess. Okay. And so that's what this string does. This is the effect. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now we have the hands with the balls. Each one of the strings that goes to the specialty, one from the nose, and the other one is to the foot. And now we have to put the knee strings in so the puppet can walk. So we lay the marionette back down. Pull the pants up into position where they're supposed to be, and then bend the leg. And you will find that you can feel the actual screw eye where you're going to attach that knee string. And this is what is called a run-through string, where it actually goes from one knee up to the top of the controller, across through the controller, and down to the other knee, so that by rocking your fingers, you can control both knees. And that's a run-through string. So that you don't have another leg bar to be complicating your controller with the hand bar. You want to have just one to keep it simple. So we're going to take this through the knee. And there it is right there. Pull the pant leg up. And there's your screw eye. And you're going to place it through the screw eye and tie it off. Excellent. Pull the pant leg down. We're going to take that string and bring it up to the top of the controller and back down to the other knee string, the screw eye, and give it a little more length. Okay. And cut it. There. So now we're done with the string. So now we're going to put the knee, the string, through the top of the controller. And you'll see in the controller there's a hole that goes right through here, through the other side, and this is at the front of the controller. This is where your run-through string is. So you have your knee string going through the hole to the other side and back down to the other knee. And now let's pull the pants back up, put them back on the hook. There we go. And now we're going to apply this last knee string. Okay. Same thing as before. You bend his leg, and make sure you bend the leg so that you have the pants bent at the right angle so that you know where that knee is going to be attached, that actual string. And you take the string, put it through the needle, and again you find that screw eye, bring it through the pants, and then put it through the screw eye. Again, we do not know the length yet, so don't tie it off yet. Just put a simple knot. And now we're going to tighten it till the pants, till the actual screw eye, or the string itself, gets tight. There it is. See how it gets tight? And now I'm going to tie off that screw eye. Twice, 3 times. Okay. Excellent. And now we have the ability to control the knees through the run-through string. You can do it slow. Okay. Great. And now we're going to clear the table, and I'm going to show you how to manipulate the marionette in just a moment. Okay, so we have finished creating the marionette, the juggler. It's been fully painted, costumed, strung up, and now I'm going to show you how to perform him or her, whatever you'd like it to be. What is really cute about this character is, as Lisa was kind of saying, is with the eyes, the way that they're designed, is it looks like that the character's looking at the balls when in fact it doesn't. But it does look like he's actually looking at them. And the way you're going to throw it up is you flick the controller. And when you flick it, it brings the ball right up in the air and back down through gravity. Same with the other side, left. And this is all done with the detachable handbar. Okay? Now, to make it look like that he's going to balance it on his nose, as you pick up the actual hand string with your left hand, and at the same time where my thumb is, the string that goes to his nose is right there in that little area of my hand. So I pull it in like this, and pick up the nose, and then when he goes to throw it up, I pick up the other string tight. I'll show it again. It's here, and then tight. the hair out and we'll try it one more time. Okay. Nose, and then back down. And down. Okay? Now, to do the left leg, again, you pull up that specialty string that's here on the left-hand side. Bring the hand down so it looks like he's lowering it right onto his foot. That's that. And back to the hand. Okay? The pants drop. There is a hook in the back right here, so that when I release that hook, the pants drop. Okay? I'll show you one more time. It's up here. Release it like this. And the pants drop. To make the character walk is the run-through string. Let me show you how that works. Pull those pants up. Good. Is with this the run-through string, I put my hand through it and then I rock my fingers back and forth. Pick it up and juggle. Up. And then pants drop. And that is the marionette juggler that we create here at Scotland School.
Scott and Lisa here. We noticed there were some corrections that we needed to make after we filmed your juggler kit instructional video. Scott, what was your instructions issues?
Yeah, I noticed that the hair on the character was in the face, so you'll want to trim and pull the hair back so you don't have it in front of the face so the audience can see that. And then the strings, because you are using longer strings than what we were on the other character, so we'll be giving you plenty of string for you to have when you're stringing your marionette. Those were the only issues I found.
Okay, so we have hair that needs to be trimmed a little bit to keep away from the strings. We added more string to your kit. We also said that in the intro, in the painting sections of the video, that you had 2 neck balls. There actually is only one, so that's the one that's included in your kit is correct. And we are having the costume re-engineered so that the pants drop dramatically, so that you get that extra laugh when you perform your juggler marionette. Thank you again for purchasing number 2 of our puppet kits, the Juggler.